Hey everybody, and welcome to rabb1t's Ramblings, podcast 437. I don't have much to talk about this time, so this will probably be super short. Hopefully you'll enjoy the show. So regarding things I talked about last time, I did play Magic the Gathering, but only for about 3 games, and then I noped out. It gave me barely any packs for the newest expansion, and so I couldn't really build any decks. Based on the newest expansion alone. I had to go back in the past to previous ones to even try and build a deck. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't want to do that. So I just kind of noped out because I didn't even really get, a real good preview of what the new one was, unless I wanted to go through the whole collection and look at, all the cards I didn't have, which I'm like, yeah, I don't feel like doing that. So I noped out of that pretty quick. Hopefully people who are into Magic are playing it and having a good time though. For Loop, I guess, was completely wrong in terms of the date I saw. I don't know why Steam put that date up. I think that's where I saw the date, but they are in what they're calling, I think, pre-alpha. So they are like really into early development. They're looking for testers, so you can apply like I did on their site and say, hey, I want to test this out when you guys get it to a playable, testable state. So I guess they're getting pretty close to that. But if they are calling it pre-alpha, it's probably at least a year off, maybe more. So 4Loop is not going to be out for a while. They did show some stuff on the PlayStation State of Play, which made it look a little bit different from just a 4-person co-op kind of game like the previous game, Left 4 Dead. This one seemed more like you might want to spread out some more and have the players doing different things in each of the zones. And it kind of almost sounded closer to an extraction game where it's just, PvE extraction. And then when you get out, you'll do, the loadout area and get resources and build up various things. And so it kind of, did also sound like a roguelike, like you're trying to build up stuff between the matches. But it sounded less like a straightforward 4-person co-op shooter than it originally looked. So I guess that will be interesting to see what kind of news comes out for that in the future. And then the big news that I was looking for at the PlayStation State of Play was on Marathon, which their free weekend is going to be really short and like right before launch. It is the 26th through the 2nd, so that is basically just the weekend before launch. Which is crazy that they're making it both that short and that close to launch. But I will definitely check that out, and on next podcast, I will probably talk about if I noped out of that, or if I got it, and, my first few days of play probably would be talked about there as well. But I don't know, every time I see one of their trailers, it's like the art and music is 10 of 10. I'm super interested. Their lore looks really deep and interesting, but it's a PvP-focused game. You're supposed to go in, try and get some stuff and extract with it, but really, you're just going to have a bunch of, other enemy players looking to kill everybody else and then just take their stuff. So I don't expect I will actually be into it, but I don't know. It depends on how big the maps are, how much shooting and fighting there is versus, what are your real odds of actually doing just some PvE against the, enemy AI and then getting out with some stuff versus how often are you just going to get randomly ganked by players in the first 10 seconds of the match. We'll see, I guess. And that's really it for this podcast. And that's really all there is for this podcast. I don't have any new kidney news. The last time we tested was the last time we tested. The doctor hasn't said to retest since then, so I don't know what's going on with that. I'm assuming I'm not so bad that she's, worried about testing, though if she doesn't ask me to retest in a month or two, I'll be kind of like, what's up with that, and ask her if I should retest. Because I don't know, the kidney is not working right, seems like something we should be paying more attention to. I'm still having a lot of gluten issues. I made, I guess, a really bad choice today of having a hot dog at the store, which has a hot dog and a bun. And it's just, basic hot dog, but I felt like I've been punched in the stomach now because, I don't know, I guess the gluten in the bread is killing me. And I did a test with some cake I guess about a week ago now, and the first couple of pieces were fine, but then after that, it was bad news. And I get a cake that's about, I guess, 7 inches big. And so, I have a piece every night for almost a week, because that's how long it lasts me. And like I said, the first couple of nights were okay, but then after that, it was like, yeah, this is not going great. So I don't know. I might be back to pretty much needing to do a full ban on pretty much any kind of gluten, because it's getting to the point where, like now, I have some chocolate chip cookies that I got from the store, and it's like I can have about one a day. More than that pretty much completely wrecks me. And these are just, regular cookies. I don't know, what is that, 2 or 3 inches big? Not very big at all. So, not a good time with gluten. I guess, in some ways it is easily avoidable, but in other ways it's like, oh, I'm going to have a sandwich, which, 75% of the time I have to buy, lunch meat or ready-to-eat food that is good in a sandwich, but now I can't have bread, so it's not a sandwich anymore, and that means that I'm going to be having a lot of chips instead of, bread, because I usually have, sandwich which has bread, but now I can't have bread, so I don't know. It's getting bad in the sense that it's really messing with what I normally eat, like even soup, the noodles in soups, that's no good. Although, honestly, heating up the water and putting it in there and trying to eat soup like that was not good to begin with, so that was not great. So I don't mind losing that one for now. But I don't know, a lot of stuff, like chicken tenders. Chicken tenders have breading, and that breading is bread, and that is bad. And it's like so much of normal stuff I eat is, not stuff I should eat anymore, which is insane. It's like, why now? Why now? I'm super old. Why all of a sudden now is gluten such a massive thing that I can't eat it? I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. I'm still hoping it, reverts and goes back to normal when I have a normal life again, but I don't know. That is a ways off, and then, it'll probably take at least months to rebalance. So I don't know. All I can do is keep hoping someday my life is no longer terrible and everything is back to normal. So I don't know. I guess next time I'll at least have the Marathon open beta to talk about, maybe release. I don't know if I will pick it up or not. But I guess we'll see. And hopefully I'll see everybody next time. Okay, thanks, bye.
You have been listening to Rabbit's Ramblings. If you would like to see the show notes or feed the bunny by sending a donation, you can find the show website at www.rabbit.com/podcast/rabbitsramblings.html. When you type Rabbit's Ramblings, don't use a space. If you would like to send me an email, you can do so at rabbit@rabbit.com. If you like my page, you can also post on Facebook at rabbit.com. You can follow me on YouTube at rabb1t's. I have a page on Patreon at www.patreon.com/rabbit, RABB1T. You can set up a monthly recurring subscription there at a price point of your choice. Be sure to put the number 1 in place of I anytime you type rabbit. Rabbit's Ramblings is copyright Eric Stryker, using a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Derivatives License 2026.